So, hey guys, and welcome to XP11. So, flying the A319 again, flying in ToLiss colours, and today we take flights from London Heathrow to Helsinki Vantaa. So, it should be a pretty good flight today. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes airtime, 220 on the block, and yeah, we'll just be setting up the aircraft, get it ready to go in just a couple of moments. And also, hopefully, get some traffic on the way as well. So, as always, we're in IVAO. And so, we shall be taking flights in that. So, first things first, we'll turn on the external power, we'll turn on the batteries, and we'll start setting up the aircraft ready for flight. So, the three nav options come on. And over on the FMS, we will start lining the IRS. So, it's Heathrow to Helsinki, EFHK. Welcome Sachin, how are you? Welcome to the chats. So we'll line the IRS and we shall prepare the rest of the aircraft. Also, let's open up the packs screen, watch packs, and get us ready to go. Excited for this one. It's going to be a good flight today. Not a massive one by any means, but it should be a good one. Packs, we'll also toggle the HUDs. There we go. And let's start boarding passengers as well. So flying from Heathrow to Helsinki. Flight number is Alpha Yankee 3126, cruising at 35,000. Flight time is 2 hours and 17 minutes. We'll say 2:20 on the clock. Time to take off will be no more than 20 minutes there, I don't anticipate. Aircraft's an Airbus A319. In fact, 45 would be more like... thanks for hosting, much appreciated. Yeah, I'll say 20 minutes. It's 151 people on board today, so fairly full aircraft, I must say. There is no Wi-Fi. Actually, is there a dish on the top? Yes, okay, so the aircraft does have Wi-Fi. No entertainment, no music or safety briefing I've got installed, but they do a snack service, and Finnair do have a meal service on board. So passengers start boarding, and we now prepare our systems. Let's open up the brightness of everything. RS line in 7 minutes, that's not going to take us too long. And I hope to be in the air relatively quickly today. So that's all that up. Also turn on the brightness. Turn on our radios, 1, 2 and 3. Looking good. And hopefully, can you guys hear me alright? Make sure my audio's not messing up, that's better. Just give me 2 seconds. Just pop the stream up on here so I can see what you're doing. That will load in a second. Yeah, we are on Wi-Fi. Alright. Let's load up this FMS. Welcome Ewan, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. So we are Alpha Yankee 3126. Cost next day is not 23, that's Ryanair. Cost next day is 5. Cruising altitude is 350. And temperatures are automatic. Now, this is where we start setting up our weights. So go to the tow screen, open the menu, bring this to the sides, and let's follow the fuel number. So loading performance, 151, okay, that's fine. Cargo is fine, so apply a load of these settings. Block fuel on board is 8219. 82... We can't do 19, so we'll do 8,300. That will do. So if I set up the zero fuel weight as 56.9, centre of gravity 27.9, block fuel is 8.3, and that is that. How long to take off? 70 minutes and 39 seconds. You can see the clock at the bottom of the screen now. That's part of the new PAX UI, which is fantastic, let me tell you. Flying the Airbus A319 today in Finnair colours. Speaking of which, I should probably turn on the Navigation logo lights. We will require the logo lights since it will be a nighttime departure. That's all fine. We're on ground power at the moment. That's all aligning. Let's turn on the pumps. Just being an Airbus aircraft, a lot of the systems are automated, so it's not too much of an issue for us to set it all up. It's pretty much everything all done for us now. Let's head over to the flight plan and let's plug all of this in today. Not too many waypoints. Scroll down to that list. Actually, it'll be easy to do it from here, won't it? Right, first waypoint is Bravo Kilo Yankee. No, it's Bravo Papa Kilo. Kilo Yankee is a Stansted departure. From here, we then take an airway, Quebec 2985 to Somva. Where's that? Let's try and have a look at Somva Direct. So, BPK to Somva. Somva's not a weapon I recognise, but it is that. Mavas to Tuska. And then it directs to Ririp. And then it's to Lakut. Clear discontinuity. And insert the flight plan. So that's all plugged in. Co-pilot side will stick on the flight plan. We will set our departure, which is going to be on runway... That's alternative. Tarlin's our alternative. But I need to know what is my departure runway today. Departure runway is... Where is it? Document AG tells me where it is, but I can't see it. So I can see Tarlin. It'll be runway 08 at Tarlin. Oh, there we go. 27 right. 27 right by the 7 Foxtrot departure. No transition. And insert that. Cool. Flight plan now set. Passengers are boarding. Just do a double check to make sure there's no active control at the moment here at Heathrow. No, there isn't. But there apparently is someone over at... Pardon me. Someone over in Portugal that I can see. Porto. Right, so that's all plugged in. No need to really use a map at the moment, but we'll use the airport screen. Search Heathrow. Refresh the information, please, and have our QNH 1009. Okay, pilot slide set. Cruising altitude of 35,000. Speed for takeoff. We will calculate that off the tow screen again. So, to the side. Runway, or 2 flaps, it's active flight plan, runway select set. If we head over to our performance page, and let's plug all this in, so 1/0. Flex to temp is 55, and our V speeds are 151, 151, and 154. Right, that is our aircraft sorted. So we're now waiting for the passengers to board the aircraft. Leave it on the performance page so I can keep that information at hand easy. It's 122.8 for Unicon. So far, so good. Yeah, no lights going to be flashing at the moment as we are currently on the ground power. As soon as it's on the APU, which we'll do in about a minute when the IRS is aligned, we'll then bring the systems on for push and start. While we're here, might as well pre-plan the pushback as well. So I'll pre-plan that. 27 right. Well, actually we're even more like 27 left, Heathrow. I never used the rights for departure, so we'll change that.
Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
We won't use 27 right, we'll use 27 left by the same departure. Because that makes a bit more sense for this airport. So actually, taxi's not too bad for us. We're going to go right to that corner, past the Concords, and then make our way to the air. Less than a minute to go now for alignment. And so, how are you guys doing watching the stream today? What do you think of the later one? My plans changed a lot today, and it looks like starting next week my streams won't be either quite as regular or the times will need to change. So I'm going to try and talk about that in the week when I do my Wednesday stream. Which for the same reason, for this week only, my Wednesday stream will also be moved around as well. Right, RS is aligned, all looking good. Let's turn on the APU. Give it a second to warm up. There we go. See that signs on. No smoking automatic. APU now revving up. And in a second, we'll bring on the APU bleed. Wait for the master switch to switch from on to available. There we go. So turn on the APU, not generate, sorry, I want APU bleeds, that comes on. And we'll turn off the external power. External power, we shall now disconnect. So we'll go to the tow screen, we will get rid of that. And we'll also close the forward door. Aircraft will be secured. The pushback we've already predefined. So at this point, all that's really left for us is to push and start really. How long till departure? Another 9 minutes or so, so it could be in the air a little bit early. In terms of what I need, I've got all my information. Whoops, got all my information sorted. No project to fly today, as ProFly V4 has come out, and as a result, it's had a few connection issues. So I've unfortunately been unlucky enough to not get a connection in, but I can live without it for one flight. So that's all looking good. I think we're ready for push and start at this point. So go back to better pushback.
Ground to cockpit.
Start
ToLiss
that.
driving up.
Strobe lights on, beacon lights on, and that will do for now. So there will be a little bit of sun in the sky when we do push back, although it will be a sunset by any means. Right, here he comes. And so lock the cockpit door, just so that if anyone wants to get into the cockpit, they can't. Right, at this point, now waiting for the pushback taxi to connect. We'll lift up the nose, we'll start the pushback, and it's a short taxi to the runway.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
A quick systems check as well before we do pushback. So radios are active, FMS has been set up, I believe it's on the performance page. Also need to make sure this is still the same, don't we? So back to tow screen, go to the loading performance, sorry, 2 and active.
Tow connected
Same
and
numbers.
bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
So 151, 151, 154, and 0, sorry, flaps 2/0, and temperature is 55. Clear that, release parking brake, let's get going.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So, engine 2, so start the ignition switch, feed is running, so engine 2 starts. Camera now do their pushback announcements, and that'll be the safe demonstration as well, using the default pack, since I don't have the Finnair one downloaded this time. Welcome Adam, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Engine 2, sorry, engine 1 start. There's the hydraulic pumps now coming into action. The barking dog. There you go. Engine 1 will now start up. So wait for those to stabilise, we'll switch off the APU and then we'll get ourselves onto our own engine power. Currently directly over the Piccadilly line tracks at the moment, land on the ground, directly underneath us. Right, engines are active, so APU can now switch off. Engine bleeds are automatic. Ignition switch off. And we are almost done with our pushback.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Let's go to... where is it? Flight control. So quick systems check, so elevators are active, ailerons and spoilers are active, disconnect hand signals, rudder is active. So I've got full control of the aircraft, no problems there. Yes, this is using real flight hours, so it's a 2 hour and 17-minute flight to Helsinki from London. Special line brake is still set, not just yet to disconnect it.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Cool. Pushback toggle disconnect. There's currently no traffic at Heathrow, so I don't think I have much of a way of ground issues. Drops down to 2. Brake set to max. Cabin check. Spoilers armed. Takeoff config set. The APU has just shut down there. You had the high pitch whine of that. Hand signal is given. Yes. Let's get going. Taxi lights active. Let's take off lights. Not too much yet. And so 27 left is just that runway right there. It's not too far away from us. as it's a sun setting artwork, as the sun just there by the tower, the cabin lights will be dimmed for takeoff, and so that's something that PAX does simulate. It's a very good add-on. I do definitely recommend PAX's passenger simulation add-on, passenger and crew experience. Make this right hand turn here. Once we get onto the far right taxiway. There's one more turn, then onto the runway. No need to set any trim. A320 series aircrafts, all automatic. So what you realise with the Airbus aircraft is just so automated. You're really not doing too much apart from just guiding aircraft to the runway, basically. And even then, Airbus have also been testing automatic taxiway procedures. You never know, in about 5 years, Airbus aircraft will no longer even need the pilots. Just fly automatically from A to B. Tiny bit more throttle to get a little bit more speed going. I mean, yeah, 12 knots ground speed at the moment, so not going too fast by any means. Expected departures in about 30 seconds now, at the bottom of the screen, so in terms of passenger satisfaction, it's pretty much spot on. We're not going to need the forelength for the runway, so we'll make this right hand turn here, and then we'll be on our way. I mean, flight from Heathrow to Helsinki is one that I have done in real life once, 2018, back in July. Did I flew with British Airways? It was on the A320, not the A319. But it was a decent enough flight. Helsinki Vantaa is a very nice airport. I've flown into it once, I've departed from it twice. So the second time I went to Finland, I flew via Lappeenranta as my arrival. We check the runway, there's nobody here. So we'll turn on the landing lights, we'll get ourselves the clearance, which we should have. And turn off lights, we'll turn on. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. That will do.
Cabin crew, please be seated for departure.
On the runway, everything's set on the takeoff checklist. Spot the engines to 50%. Both stable. Let's get going. It's a 141 rotate today. One, rotate. 2. Positive rate, gear up. Aircraft stable. That's up 1. Throttles back to climb power, although I didn't actually see the throttle notches. There's an aircraft over there actually as well. Well, that's like it's just departed not too long ago. There, that probably helps. Just fire active. There we go, throttle climb. Flaps up entirely. No worries, Fiddle. You've got us just for departure. Next stop, Helsinki. 2 hours and 70 minutes away. One spot on the screen, and there's a relatively nice tracker in terms of time. So before, you'd have to try and kind of guess it off the top of the screen, as well as the ETA in Zulu hours. But by having actual countdown clock at the bottom of the screen, it does help. Definitely helps with the Qantas flight as well last time from London to Perth. I think people found that rather good to figure out how long there was left in the flights. No, certainly not. Only a 2-hour flight today. Not, what was it, 21 hours I think more we've streamed on that day. 21 hours is a long time to be live, let me tell you. But again, £450 raised for charity on that stream. It was definitely worth it. I'm sure a lot of people will be helped with the money that was raised in the end. A couple of moments, you're passing through 6,000, so I'll start getting ready to turn off the switch the altimeter to standards, landing lights at 10, and then we are pretty much home free for the rest of the flights. Not too much in the clouds either, we are now already above that layout. Standard altimeter set. So hold at 6,000 initially while we are on the departure sid, and then from Papa Kilo we'll then be able to climb up to cruising altitude thereafter. Is flight okay? Absolutely. So far, so good. There's a couple of lakes over there. I believe that's the A40, and then it's the M25 here. That will be RAF Northholtz. So it's a northern departure out of Heathrow. Quite a low one, actually, I must say. London will be on the right hand sides. That will be Denham Aerodrome. One paved, one grass runway. Denham's a pretty difficult airport to fly through on GA, because you are pretty much surrounded by Heathrow airspace and Northoltz to your east. Sorry, to your, yeah, it's to your east. So you are very tight with the departure space out of there. I've got the charts at some points. It's a very tight pattern as well. Alright, so if we go direct now to Somva, we can now start to climb again while leaving this initial bits. Pardon me. Hiccups today, I'm not sure where they've come from. Oops, what have I done? Brakes, don't need that. Make sure everything's disarmed, which they have been. Ooh, TCAS, probably be worth on now. Ooh, pardon me. Welcome Morgan, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Now passing through 9,000. 1,000 to go until we turn off the landing lights. We're going to try again with the project supply stuff. As like I said, very much like to get this all to work properly, but if not, we can live without it for one flight. Right, passing through 10,000. Landing lights off. Turn off lights off. And now we have absolutely nothing to do until top of descent. in just under 2 hours away. In fact, top of 7, get an exact time of 21:52. So it'll just be actually before 11 PM in the UK. It's definitely a late one. It actually works now for this fly. Basically, I've had a lot of server issues, and so they are working now with a guy from Microsoft who runs back-end systems to try and get it all running again. But from what I've seen so far, it's a very, very beautiful system. It looks fantastic. Just a case of trying to bring all the systems to life. On the road to custom siphon. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yeah, P-Fly unfortunately looks a bit dead at the moment, so perhaps next time I'll have a bit more luck with that. So we'll continue to climb for a bit. We'll turn off the seatbelt signs. This aircraft is absolutely stable. Tell them on the bottom here as well. That seatbelt sign is off. Cabin crew will serve their drinks and snacks at some points during towards the end of the climb. Also gets to cruise as well. Passengers get fed. Passengers get drunk, and everyone will be rather happy today. I'm trying to think. Does this flight actually still operates? Because borders to Finland currently is pretty much closed from everywhere. Finland's one of the few countries left in Europe that haven't actually opened their borders yet, so yeah, this flight wouldn't actually happen at the moment. Which is a shame, because I definitely want to go back to Finland again relatively soon. It's a great country, some really good friends out there. There we go, that's better. Now go see the overlay. So it's expected to arrival 2 hours and 9 minutes. Give or take a bit for departure and arrival. But usually, taking the numbers off of SimBrief, that is quite an accurate countdown. So we'll be able to follow that quite nice. What's the next flight? I don't know yet. Pardon me, very tired this evening. Yeah, I'm not sure what my next flight will be. I'll have a think about that during the week, and then get ready for something on Saturday morning. It will be an early flight on Saturday, because starting next week, my volunteering at the railway starts again, so yeah, my weekends get very busy now, and so I'll do what I used to do before, which was stream at like 7 in the morning, do a 2-hour flight, land it, and then head over there, Saturdays and Sundays. It means my mornings do get fairly busy, but I enjoy it. And again, the people there are rather good. And I quite enjoy it actually as well, just kind of streaming in the morning, then get it all down in the evening, and yeah, it all works out quite nicely for me. Which reminds me, I also need to start preparing some stuff. Hopefully if I do this right, you guys won't get distracted. And I can do my work on the right hand monitor and my flight on the left. Basically on the social media page of the railway I need to do some editing. Create some posts for the Instagram page. So I'll move Photoshop to the right. Best program I ever bought, Photoshop. Its editing skills are second to none. Thank you for following Boeing 737 pilot. Much appreciated. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Nope, not to that account. Welcome John, how you doing? Welcome Hornet, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how are you both doing today? Passing through 24,000 now, flight level 240. London, now left behind us. Next stop is Finland. Any people watching? Yeah, it's an evening flight. This is unadvertised, non-planned, and a lot later than what I normally do, so I don't expect too many people to tune in today. If I was to do it during prime time earlier on, then absolutely I expect a few more, but this isn't so much the right time, I guess, for my viewers, but no biggie, no fuss. Love watching videos. I'm glad you enjoy them. As I say, I always do these streams because people enjoy them. People enjoy it, I'll do them. If you don't enjoy it, then maybe I'll change things around, but it's better to fly, I guess, with some goal to it. In this case, people watching and enjoying, than kind of just flying on your own and having no real push behind it. And so, yeah, I'm glad that people do enjoy what I do. Even if I am completely knackered today, I'm very tired, but hopefully once I start to get back into a routine, that won't be a problem anymore. So lockdown, for the most part, has now started coming to an end for me. I'm going to be at the volunteer railway again. Not yet working from the office, still working from home. Well, to be fair, I kind of prefer working from home than the office. It just gives you a bit more freedom. I don't know, I think I work better from home as well, so we've at least got that to look forward to. Welcome Jamie, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. How are you today? How do you survive Perth? With a lot of time killing, basically. I did have a nap. I did manage to get some shut-eye. but it was a very, very long flight. And I did Perth, and I went to Melbourne after, so an extra 3 hours on top of the main flights. Was it fun? Yes. Will I do it again? I don't know. It was a killer. An absolute killer. Can you say what row out for? Yes, the Ruislip-Lido Railway. The Ruislip-Lido. It's a little bit of a journey for me, but I don't mind taking the bus and train a couple of times a week. The Ruislip-Lido. It's based in northwest London and starts again this next upcoming weekend. So the 4th of July is when we can start doing our services again. I'm on shift virtually every weekend now until probably September. Given that we are now right in the middle of our summer rush. It won't expect to be quite so busy this summer because everyone is still shielding, but we do expect to get quite a fair number of people on board. And me personally, I'm just glad to get some normality back into things. A bit of life to look forward to at the weekends. So, like I say, I'm currently on Photoshop right now, just doing a few posts for social media. It's like a daily countdown for the next week. 3, we're doing green. Most of my channel Thameslink. Thameslink, so do you know Matt Streeton of Thameslink? The head of information, passenger information there. Matt Streeton, he's a director at the Ruislip-Lido. He also appears at a couple of Jeff Marshall videos, so whenever he goes to a video on Thameslink, you'll usually see him lingering around the background. Welcome the 97, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how are you? Welcome Peter, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how you doing? How are you all doing today? Hopefully rather well. How am I streaming for? I've been streaming for 46 minutes at the moment. 46 minutes. We've just reached our cruising altitude now, 35,000 feet. And so we'll be flying for another 1 hour and 55 minutes until we land. You're going to buy XP11, finding planes are super expensive. For the most part, add-on aircraft are fairly expensive on both platforms, FSX and P3D and XP11. But I wouldn't say they're too bad, especially if you are willing to jump and grab some. Welcome Nassi, sorry not Nassi, yeah, Nassi, how you doing? And more games, PL, how you doing? Welcome all to the stream. Is this? Plenty big. A20 is 90. I'm not sure what you mean by oh right, price. Yeah, like I say, it's not cheap to get some of the top quality aircraft, but they are top quality. I recommend looking at the ToLiss stuff. ToLiss stuff is a little bit cheaper, and system wise they are fantastic. So you're not gonna lose out on that and those. Cabin crew add in their snacks and drinks. Looking at flight sim, how much do you need to spend? For a base simulator, so no add-ons as such, you'll be looking to spend around £50–60. But if you're going to get some of the top add-ons, then maybe up to £250 if you get some good simulator and a decent selection of aircraft as well. For XP as well, you also have the Zyber Mod 737, which is absolutely free. It's fantastic aircrafts. Pay away quality, but you don't pay a thing for it, and definitely worth a look as well. Can I fly to Drawyah? At some point, I could definitely give one of those airports a go. Lukla as well, definitely be a challenge. What computer do I recommend? Different computer for different systems, but have a look at, if you're getting P3D or XP11, look on their respective websites, and they'll have like a minimum requirement spec and a recommended system spec. Look at the recommended of those, then that'll give you an idea of what you should get. How much for a new aircraft? What kind of aircraft are you looking for, more games? I mean, if it's looking for these kind of tickets, then Finnair charge £90, £100 for a one-way ticket from London to Helsinki. A description still say train sim. My apologies, let me change that now. I'm sure I changed that to XP11, but obviously didn't update. In fact, the description also talk about train sim as... Ah, hang on, I read that right. The description, yes. Okay, yeah, cheers for that, I'll update it. I know Barra. I do know Barra. Let me quickly change the description slightly. So... Cool. Description should now talk about XP11. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. On P3 X-Plane was no notified 380. That's because there is no A380 for X-Plane or P3D. And so if there is no A380, then there's nothing that we can all fly. At some point though, we do hope that there will be a developer who does create a project. Sorry, my microphone's now just fading out of view. The green screen kind of just doesn't know what to do with it now. Yeah, hopefully at some point we will see an A380 developed to the simulator, but at this stage, none available. I'm going to make a flight to Poland. At some point I will do. At some point I will do. I'm not sure if I'll do a Rzeszów for Katowice yet, but at some point in the Zyro 737, I'll definitely give a flight to that. That's rubbish. It's a complex aircraft to develop. I mean, if you do it, you've either got to do it right, or you've ruined it, basically. The A380 is not an easy airplane to develop. Which is why, again, at some point in the future, perhaps we'll see it, but not yet. Not just yet. So, currently we are over the English Channel, probably going to be over the North Sea for a little bit, but the Netherlands, maybe spotted to our right hand side. Yes, we can. So we can now spot the Netherlands in the distance. Do I live in the UK? I live in the UK. I'm half Polish through my mother's side, but I am a Londoner. Welcome Norwegian, how you doing? Yes. Flying the ToLiss A319 in Finnair colours. And the Finnair livery has always been a smart one, so we've always got that to enjoy as well. I do like the Finnair colours. At some point I would very much like to fly this airline. I mean, from... again, pardon me the hiccups. From what I can see, Finnair is a top-class airline, top-class service, but you do pay premium to get that. So far, so good. Says the guy names still has bad means subscribe. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. Prices out good. Alright. Maybe not. Almost on my social media post creating, so I'll upload some of those in a short bit. Let's try that one. Maybe not, I don't know. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Squeeze him. That's too blurry. Who's that? It's on our VAO. Amsterdam traffic at the moment, so Amsterdam will be to our south somewhere. Not too far away, to be fair. Will I play Farming Sim? I'm not too sure about Farming Sim. It's not a simulator I think I will be playing too much of in the future, truth be told. Don't need pictures. Best place to get it would probably be here. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Are you going to visit some other countries? At the moment, no, not yet. I think the first place I will probably visit after the lockdown ends will maybe be Ireland, since I've never actually been to Ireland before, being our closest neighbours in the UK. But I don't know yet. It's going to be a long time before we can start travelling again. At least I don't want to go too early, when things could still be problematic. So I'm willing to wait a little bit longer, for the sake of my own safety. But as soon as travel starts becoming more viable again, then I'll seriously consider going to somewhere fancy. Ooh, this will be interesting. Yeah, don't want to chance it too early, because you never know what could go wrong, essentially, at this time. And likewise, can I afford to have a 2-week lockdown as soon as I arrive just yet? No, not at the moment. Nose man, take care. Talk to you later. Keep safe. ETA and GT. That is in, yes, French Mean Time, also known as Zulu, so standard 0. If you want time for the UK, then just add 1 hour. If you want time for Finland, add 3 hours. You're in Poland, I think you need 1-2 hours. If you're in Poland, then you're going to need to add, because you're +1 from the UK, so you need to add 2 hours to your time. And then you'll get the ETA for this one. I need one more photo of our trains, and I am running out, especially in vertical. I don't want to go to social media, or I'll get one that I've taken myself, just so I know that the copyright is not a problem. Unless I'm going to sue myself for using photos. And I don't think I'm going to do that just yet. Oh, that could be an alright one. Let's hope it fits. Please, please, please. I think it may do. Superb. stick a 6. Press on that, stick it there. Now let's have a look for... demo account, I think, just so I can figure out what I'm going to do. I've never uploaded an Instagram story on a phone that's not quite the same aspects ratio as the common screen. So my new phone's 16:10 rather than 16:9. So it's just a very, very tricky one to get it all right. Thank you for following on Twitch, Carson. Much appreciated. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Hopefully this will look rather good. Let's have a look. Wrong account and that one. Fingers crossed, it has not done it right. Am I using VATSIM? No, I'm using IVAO today. I'm using IVAO. Follow Instagram. Sounds good, man. Much appreciated. So I'm active on Instagram. I'm active on Facebook. I'm also active on Twitter. So if you catch me in the social medias, then feel free to use the links down below. A bit higher, I think. Can you do shared cockpit? I've never done a shared cockpit before, and so I'd have to figure out more of how that will all work out. So I don't want to have someone then kind of mess things around a bit. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe at some point I will, maybe not. Ultimately it comes down to when and how. Maybe not. How does one... Ah, hang on. Maybe I can do it this way around. Let's download that. Size, canvas image size 1080 2264. Image resize vessels. 182264. Thank you in the middle. Perfect. That's what I want. Playing by the warships. I do play by the warships from time to time, but I wouldn't say it's my main go-to game. Welcome to Sim Gamer, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. Yeah, World of Warships I do enjoy from time to time. Perfect. So I'll convert all of those, and then I am done for the social media. Welcome James, how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to the chat, how are you? Your Peter Cutlass on a different account. Ah, okay, no worries, James. No worries, Peter. Why does passenger satisfaction decrease? So essentially, if you're not feeding them, not giving them drinks, not giving them different amenities, then they will slowly kind of get more bored. And so, for example, if you had seatbelt signs turned off, then they'd get more annoyed and so forth. And so, yeah, it's balancing out the passenger satisfaction of the flights. It's like in real life as well. The longer the flight is, the more bored you'll get, the more dissatisfied you'll get. If we were to do like a drink service of just alcohol, then of course, for those who drink alcohol, satisfaction will go up. For those who don't drink, then perhaps it will go down again. So it's just the balancing out of passenger happiness. But 97% is perfectly alright for this flight. Right, I am done. Didn't take me too long, I guess, in the end. And so yeah, as the cruise goes on, our engines will also start slowing down a bit. as different speeds and different weights enable the aircraft to use less power in the cruise. We're going to do rather alright until top descent. And again, it's middle of summer and flying up north, so the sunset will actually not really set. We get to enjoy the sky to the north of us. So when I flew to Finland in 2018, it was in July actually, so just a couple of weeks in the future, 2 years ago. And let me get some photos of what that flight looks like, because when I flew to Finland in 2018, absolutely the most beautiful flight I've ever been on. Try and find some sunset photos. There we go. So this is flying to Finland. You can see the sunsets, just how clean it is. I mean, this is what, 9-10 PM at night. Toilet. Let's get towards some of the later ones. There we go. This is about 11 PM at night. It's a very, very beautiful flight to do. I mean, the sun, so you can see it's still setting. I mean, what is this? 23:01. This is 11 PM. 11 PM, still setting. And the sun never really set. I mean, after I landed in Helsinki, I mean, I don't normally take this many photos out the window, but it was just worth it. There you go. This is landing at Helsinki. It's now 23:25. The sun is still, sorry, the sky is still relatively bright. Let me try and find some photos of the city centre. Yes, I do use Project Fly, although unfortunately it's not working at the moment due to the server overload. So many people are using it right now, I can barely connect to it. Here we go. So this is the cathedral in Helsinki, also where Drawyah Sandstorm was filmed. This is at, what, 5 in the morning. It's as bright as the middle of the day right now. This is 5 in the morning. It's beautiful. And that's catching a tram as well. First tram of the day. Yeah, I do love this country. As soon as I get a chance to go to Finland again, I absolutely, without a doubt, will. I'm going to try and butter in Helsinki. We'll see. You never know with these flights, especially when I'm flying. When it comes to me in the Airbus aircraft, either I butter it as the most fantastic landing ever, or I slam it down and have no control over the aircraft whatsoever. I don't have an average landing. It's either really good or absolute abhorrence. I'll never know why. Currently we're coming across now to Denmark. We're also not too far now from the midpoint of this flight. Almost halfway there. So the sun's now starting to get a bit darker, but don't expect it to be completely gone through the duration of this flight. I might head off in just a couple of moments, as I do need to refill my water bottle, but not too long. I can see where the Earth turns. Oh right, it's about the horizon where it kind of curves down. Some lands right on the horizon directly. It's turbulence, you can't really see it shaking, but something's going on. Well, you're probably expecting actually. It's going to be over there, Eastburg. We've just entered land now. Very nice. So ETA 22:03 Zulu, so that is about 11 PM at night in the UK. About 1 hour and 20 minutes. 1 hour and 10 minutes even. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I always give the A320 series aircraft a bit of slack. I'm more of a Boeing person myself, but there's nothing particularly wrong, I guess, at the moment with these aircrafts. They get you from A to B, and they do their job rather well. But certainly right now, I'll definitely be a bit too tired to do something a bit more hands-on, so it's nice to do it in the evening. Almost done with our Denmark crossing. It's a very short nation, so it doesn't take us too long to fly across. And then after that, yeah, Baltic Sea and Finland. No more land crossing. I don't think we do. Actually, okay, we do Sweden. We definitely do Sweden. It comes down far south enough. In fact, we may even do Stockholm for the approach. So if I go a bit more to the north, Be a left hand turn for sure coming up. Not yet visible for us yet, but there will be a turn, I guess. Puts us onto a better approach. Yeah, that was it there. Just at the bottom of this line where it kind of twists. So far, so good. How old am I? I'm 21. I am 21 years old. So engines have swallowed back a tiny bit as well. And again, it'll just be a slow adjustment, up and down until the flight comes to an end. You can see the turbines acting the aircraft there. It does bump it around a little bit. HID in-game app on your left. Yeah. So, currently over at Denmark. Coming over our house. We're now about halfway through the flight. Half the way to Helsinki. Flying to Helsinki on the stream actually does bring back a lot of memories, because I think it was Gatwick to Helsinki, which was actually my very first live stream on this channel. Let me have a look. What was the very first stream I ever did on this channel? I feel like it was... The first flight sim was definitely Gatwick to Helsinki in the TF, no, it was TDS 737. It was TDS 737 800s, or perhaps 700, flying in Norwegian colours. That was gosh, that was a couple of years ago now. Let's have a look. What was the original stream on this channel? Let's go to the last page. It was an OMSI 2 test stream, OMSI 2, OMSI 2. So it's 3 OMSI streams, 2 Armour streams, and then it was an FSX multiplayer flights. We did Overgrowth apparently as well, although all of these are unlisted, so let me try this across. Perhaps you guys will be interested in a bit of a history lesson on this channel. So yeah, that's me currently now doing the Heathrow to Helsinki. My first 2 streams are unlisted, but they were, yeah, 3 OMSIs, 2 Armour 3s, another OMSI, an FSX, another Armour 3, Overgrowth, which I still play from time to time actually, it's a very good game that. It's OMSI 2, Watch Dogs. Oh yes, that was before Watch Dogs 2 released, so I did a stream about that. Pro Evolution Soccer, and it was actually Stanford to Barcelona, my first one. So when did I do Norwegian? So Norwegian was also my first P3D stream. PMDG, sorry. Is it that one? 28th of January 17. I think it's that one. Gatwick to Helsinki, yes. And this is going back to the very early days of this channel. Well, I think I actually did rather well in views. Some of my original stuff did very good in terms of view counts. Let's have a look. Since upload, 900 views. Original stream got about 458. So actually, yeah, very, very good back in the olden times. Yeah, back in the old times. It was 3 years ago. Will I ever do Air Courier to Pyongyang? I'm not sure. I'm totally honest. Air Courier, one of those airlines that I don't want to kind of glorify as such. When it comes to North Korea, as much as I would love a trip to go to Pyongyang and view all the people and the tours and all that there and fly the old aircrafts, by flying on Air Courier, by going to North Korea, you're basically funding the government directly there, and I don't want to do that. So, North Korea is not a country I will be doing too much around. Never played Flight Sim, but would you like to? Would I recommend XP11, or shall I wait for new Microsoft Flight Sim? I mean, the new Microsoft Flight Sim is looking fantastic. The problem is, nobody knows when it's actually going to be out yet. So, depending on how much you want to fly, then XP11, I'd say I'd recommend. Perhaps pick it up on sale. I'm not sure if it's part of the Steam sale at the moment, but if it is, then definitely pick it up. Speaking of which, I need to actually grab some stuff for DCS at some point. I do want to try and get back into DCS a bit more properly. It's a great sim. Just needs to get proper flying. I'm not sure XA and final can glorify this decision. Yeah, I'd say I don't want to really touch North Korea. And besides, I don't really have an aircraft fly over. There's no add-ons out there which I own that would suit the airline. Because Air Courier fly a lot of much older Soviet-era jets, and I don't own any. One thing being able to fly it, so it's one thing wanting to fly it, it's another having the right kit behind you. this text in the background. Thumbnail for this. Welcome to Drawyah to fly. I use the Thrustmaster High Test Warthog. So I've got the Warthog throttle. Whoops. I've got the throttle. I've got the flight stick. Very, very good bit of kit. This I do rather enjoy it. Give me 2 seconds to select the throttle there because I've nudged it slightly. But yeah, I use the Warthog. It's a fantastic bit of kit. It is possible to play with a gamepad. I mean, I actually have got the Xbox controller here as well, which I do use for rudder control. So gamepad is very much possible, but not recommended per se. Keyboard and mouse, yes, also possible, but again, not recommended. But if it's all you got, then nothing really stops you from doing it, especially if you are early days in simming. Don't need to be a professional start out. I mean, before using the HOTAS stuff, the Thrustmaster stuff, which is again top-notch professional kit as far as people can be concerned as sim stuff. I mean, me personally, again, I just like the stuff, but there are better options out there, cheap, more expensive. Yeah, before using that, I was using a Cytec Pacific Aviator, which is a very, very cheap bit of kit. But for me, it was my first proper joystick, so certainly had a bit of enjoyment out of that. Do I support a football team? Yes, I'm a Chelsea fan. Spawn not too far from their stadium. Supported them for pretty much as long as I can remember. No worries. Who do you support? Who's your team? Welcome Claire, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how are you today? Sheffield Wednesday, ouch. What I'll do is cross the river and support United. We'll see. We'll see if Wednesday enjoys some rise to fame again. Not a half bad team. They've just had a... With Sheffield, you have a good season, you have a bad season. A good season will get you promotion, a bad season will almost likely see you relegated, so it's just kind of trying to balance out those seasons. You're very much a flip-flop side. You go up, you go down. You go up, you go down. Wolverhampton were that for years. You see them in the playoffs virtually every season. They'd sometimes make it, sometimes they wouldn't. They then made it to the Prem in 09, got relegated 11, and down to the League 1 in 12. So they suffered badly for a couple of years. Change of ownership, and look at them now, flying like they've never been before. Trying to regain the former glory days of the 1960s. They are 1950s actually for Wolverhampton. They were probably one of the biggest teams in the UK, if not the biggest team in the UK, back when the Champions League was started. It's a competition that Wolves actually had a direct link to. The French press hailing them as the best club in the world. And one of the French journalists likes to create a tournament out of it, now known as the UEFA Champions League. Gonna go down destruction this year. Almost done. I have to create a thumbnail for what's it, Instagram TV, IGTV, but it'll be worth it once I've done this. The railways page is a bit quiet, a bit dead. It needs a bit of work to bring it back to life, so that's my kind of a task set for the next couple of weeks. Revitalise the railway's social presence. So the guy who does it right now, he's not too bad, but we have disagreements over how we run it essentially. Wants to be a little bit more open than he does, but as long as we can work something together, it's not usually too bad. miss flying IRL so much. Yeah, same here. I've had to cancel 3 trips this year due to the virus. The first one was to Dusseldorf. I then had to cancel New York, although the way New York going, and the whole of America actually, the moment it's going right now, I don't think I'm going to do that trip just yet. Rebooking. And I've also cancelled Dusseldorf, cancelled Mallorca, cancelled New York. So fingers crossed, as soon as the world starts opening up again, we can try and start booking some more trips. But for now, I'm just glad I've got some normality back with the railway I'm at, volunteering. Again, starts again on Saturday. So today I was there doing some preparations, helping the team, just kind of getting everything back in action. I mean, it's a weekend, once a weekend thing, volunteer for the bits. The guys there are fantastic. It's a lot of fun to do. And what else am I going to do on weekends, really, apart from stream? I'm not a full-time streamer, so I get the, I guess, the luxury of being able to break out a little bit and do some extra stuff. Uh, 51 minutes to go now. Coming up to 2/3, just over 2/3 of the way there now to Finland. We are not so far off now. Currently, we are over Sweden. Not too far from Stockholm now. Sun still just about visible over the horizon. But I'm sure by the time we start descending and touchdown, that will have set a fair bit now. But progress still looking very good at the moment. not a loader saved anywhere. I'll grab it from there. Welcome Wolf, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how are you? Hopefully keeping yourself well at the moment. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. So far, so good. Flight's going so far well. And I'm currently in the process of sorting out some social media stuff for the Drawyah volunteer house again. Apologies, I'm not talking too much at the moment. But as soon as I finish this, I'll be a little bit more free to chat. It's not a massive task, but it does need to be done. Will do. size wrong, haven't I? IGTV cover size. 240 by 654. Industry size 240. 654. Norris Wolf. Watch Drawyah streaming 319 5P3D. Oh right, okay. It's not a bad route there actually. Which airline are you flying with? I presume Lufthansa doing that route, but yeah, which airline do you fly with? Do I prefer Boeing steering or Airbus stick? I quite like the Boeing yoke, but there are benefits to having a side stick. And so, first of all, having the kind of space in front of you is well, certainly the big favourite of pilots. It's more like more leg rooms that have a yoke in front of you, which is a big pole in the middle. You can have a desk as well, which Airbus does fit standards. So there are benefits to having the side stick, but in terms of flight control, I personally prefer a yoke. Just leave that to upload. Charge. Right, I'm finally done. Just plug this in. Plug this into the computer. Apologies for that, I've fallen to the webcam. Give me 2 seconds, I'll plug it back in again. Right, give that seconds to adjust, and perfect. So, how are we doing the flight right now? So far so good. We are now less than a quarter of the way there to go. Coming up towards Stockholm. Top of descent is in... Oh, it's really not that far away. It's 15 minutes apparently till top of descent. 15 minutes. 92 miles, so genuinely are very close now to Helsinki. We'll be landing in no time at this rate. So, just below us there is the capital of Sweden, Stockholm. I've been to Stockholm once. I do need to make another visit there at some point. A little time really. Yes, Stockholm we are now passing. And that should be our last major city now, as we start a descent in just a couple of moments. Another 5 minutes or so until we hit it. There you go. The marker's right there. It's a very short flight this. Let's also look into our approach information for Helsinki. Have a look at our briefing. It's going to be a runway 15 via a Lackett 5 mic. So yeah, that's kind of actually the same approach when I went there in real life. 15 via the Lackett approach. Insert that and set. You might push back top percent a little bit, but not by much. 45 was earlier, it's now 46. 1 minute back it's pushed it. Not by much at all. Doing nothing. That's because there's not really much for me to do. At the moment I am just reading some stuff. I'm doing some reading at the moment. But for another 5 minutes or so, not much for me to do. Top descent in 5 minutes. Like I say, we're almost there. As soon as we start descending, things get a little bit more interesting for us. Sun is now virtually set. A couple of islands now coming towards our view. So Finland is close. Very close, in fact. Hopefully the glitching there will disappear in a moment. It's to do with lighting. It's the way the light kind of shines across that. It's leading it to a bit of a glitch. Good luck on your landing. Don't need luck. When you've got the skill, you don't need luck. I mean, I've got no skill, so it's going to be a disaster regardless, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Make sure it's smooth for your packs. We'll give it a go. Like I say, when it comes to me and Airbus aircraft, either the landing is fantastic and smooth, or an absolute disaster. Right, let's get ready to reset the altitudes, I guess. Into destination data, I've already done that. Thank you for following on Twitch, try not to cry, much appreciated. Alright, intercepts into Helsinki is 2000. So I'll set that up on the altitude now. Press the button, and in just a couple of moments, engines will spool down, and we now leave our cruising altitude. If you're Ryanair, you have an excuse. If I was Ryanair, I'd still be landing as I'd normally do. Ryanair hard landings are a myth. They're just a joke that was created by some person to get a fix out of it. Ryanair hard landings are a myth, I'm afraid. And if they do happen, then it's down to the fact that 1, it's recommended by Boeing to give the aircraft a hard landing, 737. That way spoilers will arm properly. And 2, for the airports they fly to with shorter runways, a harder, more thermal landing does allow you to lose speed a bit faster as well. So, okay, they might land a bit harder than the generic airline, but at the same time, it's worthwhile for them. And every airline has had hard landings. Welcome back, Wolf. How are you? We've left our top of descent, cruising altitude at 350. We are now slowly descending. The passengers are 93% satisfied, so not perfect, but they're not doing too bad. 27 in 30 miles, so doing alright for our speed as well. We're now in Finnish airspace, and we'll soon be over Finnish mainland. Ryanair, people complain, but I think you get what you pay for with really low fares. Last year I flew with Ryanair 18 times. Out of those 18 flights, 2 of them were delayed, and 1 of them was not down to Ryanair's own faults. It was down to the fact that there was a heavy headwind on the flight to Venice, and therefore the return flight would have been delayed. The other one, actually, yeah, the second one wasn't Ryanair felt either. That was during the storm Brendan. Was it Brendan or was it the other storm? So there was a hurricane over the UK, and as a result, they had to cancel a bunch of their flights. And so my flight from Oslo to Stansted was delayed by about 2 hours, but they got me back on the day, which is I'm quite happy about. Yeah, never had a bad flight with them. Same here. Ryanair flights always rather decent. 2 seconds. And so, on board a Ryanair flight, they also sell these little Model 737s. I'm not sure if the green screen will kind of allow you to spot it, but there you can kind of see the Ryanair logo in that. Little Model 737. They're rather good, actually. €10, and also if you fly on Lauda, which is also owned by Ryanair, same airline, different colour basically, but they'll sell the Lauda A320 as well. So I quite like these. They're €10 each, and you can buy them on board the aeroplanes, a little gift, a little memory of actually flying with them. I mean, compared to a lot of models, €10 is a very good price. They might not be the most detailed in the world, but they are genuinely really nice little bits of memorabilia. You have plenty of models on your shelf. I've got a few of them up top, but not too many, I'd say. Pads left, ToLiss A319 program, not to explain. So this is a program called AviTab. So it's an add-on tablet, not by ToLiss, but it is built in as an add-on. So initially, it's just a pop-up like this. So most add-ons you can just pop up a tablet and it looks like that. Some developers then have actually made a 3D model for it and docked it onto the thing directly. So it is standard, but you do need to install a third-party plugin to get it to work properly. But it's called AviTab, it's free. Very nice. You like Finnair because your name is Finley. I like Finnair because they're a very nice airline to fly on. Never flown them, but certainly I'd like to at some point. I should be coming up to 27,000 now for this next waypoint, which we are. So, descent-wise, we're doing rather fine. It's decent enough. Gives you a location. Airport information, so I can refresh that. I can see it's QNH1012 at Helsinki. In fact, what is the ETN? So if I look at Tallinn, which is my alternative airport, then I can see also the weather information of my alternative, although I don't think I would need to land there. It gives you pretty much everything you need to know. Charts, if you had a charts download, you could put charts onto that. If you had a Navigraph, you could put a Navigraph subscription onto that as well. It's a very, very funky little tool. If I had manuals of the aircraft, I could stick them on there as well. So aircrafts, add-on aircrafts, ToLiss A319, manuals, aircraft manual. There you go. It's 57 pages of everything how it operates the ToLiss. I like it. I really like it. In fact, I should probably do it more often where if I download my Simbury flight plan, because whenever I do this, I always do it on a separate monitor, but perhaps you guys would like to see it as well. So if I were to go to charts, up, 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 explain, okay, maybe I can't quite go that far. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just try dragging it elsewhere. So move you over to there. There we go. So this is my information from Heathrow to Helsinki. This is this flight, say, 350 cruise. Fuel is 8219. And if I go to the second page, I could then view the routing and all that. So perhaps I should do this a bit more often, rather than on a separate monitor, and you guys could see it more properly as well. Right, coming up to Finnish mainland now. A few cities to our left that I don't think is Turku. Turku is a bit too far north for us. Maybe something more close to this island, I'd say. Perhaps it is. Okay, that is Turku. Yeah, because that little bit of light down there, that's going to be Paragus. So it makes sense. No, it's not on P3D, it's an X-Plane exclusive. It's a free download. Highly recommended. To be at 10,000 by Lakut. We're at 23. We're going to have to monitor descent rates. I'm not sure if we're maybe a bit too high at the moment. I'm not sure if we're a bit too high. Little nav map does the job, nothing like AviTab. Little nav map's not too bad, but to be fair, AviTab, it's not the most functional tool in the world. It does have its limitations, does have its drawbacks. It's an EFB, but I wouldn't say it's as functional as some things could be. So if the ToLiss ISCS screen would have been part of the tablet, then that would have been fantastic. Low performance information, you can have your ground services stick to it as well. If I could get this as a part of the tablet, that would have been fantastic, but limitations as well, I guess. Yeah, I like AviTab. It does its job. So in a couple of moments we'll start preparing the aircraft for landing. We'll turn on the seatbelt sign now. The aircraft will automatically turn on the landing light, sorry, the logo lights when below 10,000. Very, very close now, passing below 20,000. You like the inflation to ToLiss 19? It really does look neat. I like it, yeah. It's a very nice edition. It didn't actually make it onto ToLiss version 1.3. Before then, it was no tablet system, no nothing. I mean, you can turn it off. If you go to ToLiss menu, general, AviTab tablet, you can get rid of it. But I like having it there. That's fine. So my scenery at Helsinki is a ported version of the Aerosoft Mega Airport X. It's an FSX add-on, which I've ported over to XP11, so it's not quite perfect. It does have a small error, but visually it's perfectly alright when we do land. Visually there's no problems. 16,000 now. Again, 10,000 by Lacquer. It's a very, very tight one for us. But we should do it. If not, we'll descend a little bit steeper. Okay, so let's do that now. Down to 2,500 feet per minute. I believe that there's Helsinki. Lighting. Yeah, flip to the north again. You can kind of just about see some light in the horizon. Not much, but there is some. There is an aircraft taxiing to runway at Helsinki. It is Unicom, but there is traffic, so we do need to prepare communication for that. Runway 04, right. We're going to 15. 4 or 15, sorry. 15. Via the Laku 5 mic. So we'll be landing in approximately, it says 6 minutes to the bottom. It's going to be a bit more than 6 minutes, I'd say. It'll be 10 minutes after past 10,000, so there we go. 22:14. It's 22:02 right now. 12. So yeah, about 12 minutes will be touching down. 12 minutes. Couple moments, we'll then do the 10 minutes landing announcement for cabin crew. We've got the passengers who are invisible right now. We've got passengers all prepared for landing, so seatbelt sign's already active. Cabin crew will prepare the cabin, and we'll bring everything in just a couple of moments. Make an announcement, sure thing. Why is that not working for me? USB device should be default. That's very strange. Tests, no, okay. Well, it's a small delay of, we'll say, none of these really. Weather, objective, it's just unknown. But it's about 10 minutes behind, I'd say. But normally I could speak to passengers without any problem. Perhaps when I disconnected the webcam by accident there while moving some stuff around, perhaps I'd knock something where I shouldn't have done. Yeah, so we're at 10,000 now. 1012 QNH. We'll start programming the approach phase now. So next phase, QNH 1012. Let's get the weather information. So temperature is 13 degrees, actually 18 degrees. Winds are 100 at 7 knots. So runway 15 does make sense. Not sure what the guy's going for right, apart from the fact it's a shorter runway. Decision height will be 100. Config 3 flaps. Now ready to activate the approach phase when ready. So right, lack it right now. Now descending below 10,000. Much appreciated, Jacob. The Discord server is usually pretty good for some chit chat about the channel and how things are going. Definitely worth the chat if you're on Discord. Right, so activate the approach phase. Let's get ready to bring this aircraft down, I guess. Yes, link in the description if you want to join the Drawyah Discord server. Camera view, I guess. GoPro view. Right, not long to go now. Flaps, whoops. Ooh, should hit my speed actually, we're going a bit fast. My liking. Let's apply some spoilers. Thank you for being a sponsor, Wolf. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for that. Absolutely. You don't get too many sponsors my way, so absolutely. Maybe a bit helps with that. Right, now it makes a bit more sense to the flaps. It's an overspeed alarm, but doesn't take too long to cut that one. Alright, passengers will now be prepared in the back. We are moments away from intercepting onto the ILS. And we'll be bringing it into land. There's the airport actually. You can now spot the airport in the distance. There's supposed to be someone on the ground at the moment, although I haven't spotted them chat recently. They're going to 04 right, however. Let's keep an eye on Unicom, see if they're doing it. Okay, so he has now departed traffic. Right, almost there. I'll try and do the cabin crew seated for landing, but again, I'm not sure if the announcements work properly, so we'll see. Takeoff sending, we're about 190 knots at the moment, so a little bit. 185 knots, so a little bit slow. But not too far left to the travel. There we go, Helsinki 109.1, course 145, so that is the ILS frequencies all sorted as well. Will I make more rolls on Discord server? I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't need too many rolls, I guess, for it. Speed brake's still out. Ooh, thank you for reminding me, A320. See? I like that. I'd forgotten about the spoilers until it told me. Alright, let's bring down check. So, arm the spoilers, speed brakes medium, so auto brakes medium. No need for the things over there. Brake fan if brakes get too hot, or I don't think you're gonna get too bad. It's not a short run. It's not a short runway at Helsinki, so you've got plenty of slowdown time. Vertical cabin. We get a pre-landing checklist just before we touch down. Got a lot more experience in SCR. Make sure to butter the bread. We'll see, because again, as I say during the stream, me and my A320 landings go either one of two ways. You butter it, or you slamming it. I don't have average landings. I've got really good and absolute pathetic. I'll never fully understand flare law in this aircrafts. It's basically a system design. You have to try and pull the stick back, and you're not meant to catch it, but I try and catch it, and yeah, it's always a funky one with me. Alright, we're almost there. Got one more right hand turn left to go. Passing through 4,500. Altimeter needs to be set. 1012. You find it easier to land 777 or 737? Absolutely. I mean, flare law makes sense. You just have to be trained in it, basically. Right, I'll turn on the localizer, not just yet. I'll turn on localizer in a moment. Actually, yeah, I'll turn on localizer. We'll bring on the landing magenta diamonds. Refresh the weather. Nothing's changing. It will be a 7 knot headwind. Let's try and speak to the cabin crew if it will work. No, it doesn't. Okay. So at this point, I'd be telling my cabin crew to please be seated to the landing, as we are now just a couple of moments away now. We've got one more turn, intercept the slope localizer, and then bring it into land. 12 miles away now. Right, this is it. We're a little bit low, I believe, in the glide slope. Yeah, we're a little bit low at the moment. That diamond will, however, slowly start to descend down the screen. In a moment, we'll bring on the approach mode on. Pardon me. That's down 2. Approach mode set. Gear down. You haven't seen a bad landing 330, any good butters. The flare on the 330 is so fine tuned, it is phenomenal. If you have a look at a video of 330 landing, essentially, the way the gear works is it lowers the gear and raises the gear at the same time. Like, you're landing down as a flare, the gear kind of balances out of the ground as well. It's a stunning aircraft to land a 330. The amount of systems that go into it is crazy. Right, so Gear down, 3 greens, auto brake sets to medium, spoilers arms, flaps down 3, landing lights active. We'll get the clearance to land now essentially. There we go. Cabin check. And flaps. We're going to use a flaps 3 rather than 4. This should have picked it up, but if not, then that's fine. Flaps 3, flaps 4. Right, pre-landing check looks complete. Let's bring it down. Yes, I'm using the Thrustmaster HOTAS Warthog. I use the Warthog kit. And now, question is, do I remember how flare law works? No, I really don't. Wish me luck, because this is either going to be really good or really bad. One thousand. We are stable, so I think it'd be alright to take off the autopilot. Whoops. No, auto throttle stays on, autopilot comes off. I'm not sure why it's increased throttle there. Double check my configuration there. There's no pappies here on the scenery, so we're doing this freehand. It's not too bad. Helsinki's an easy airport, especially on this runway. It is essentially flat. If you're going either 04 or 27, left or right, it's a bit more bumpy.
400. 300.
Glide slow. Too low, flaps.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a too low flap warning because again, we're not quite full flaps, but we'll be alright.
Too low, flaps.
There we go.
Minimum. 50, 40, 30. Retard. 10. 5.
First thrust sets. Knots, reverse thrust cuts. Release the brakes. Let's exit runway as soon as possible. So we take us way to the right hand side at the moment. Right there. Gosh, it's very bumpy, I must say. You can hear the landing gear shredding themselves apart basically. There we go. Leave the runway, it's crystal smooth. Welcome to Helsinki, guys. Norris Jacob, take care. Oh, sorry, it's not you, sorry. Norris Finley, take care. Too late, in fact. We'll go straight here and then we'll make a right. Taxi gate's not too far away. We'll have to go to Terminal 2 for international flights. And let's bring everything to the ground now. So AP will start up. Taxi lights will turn on. APU starts. Flaps retract. Speed brakes retracted. Brakes are hot, so we'll be using the brake fan to cool those off. Yeah, most of the moment gone. It's not... Everything's exciting when it comes to flying. What's favourite aircraft or favourite Boeing plane? Mine's the 737. For me, you can't go wrong with the 73. Altimeter must be above sea level because it does not correspond with radio altimeter. I mean, altimeter right now, QNH is 1012, which is according to this. And also, we're not at sea level, we're at 200 feet above sea level. I mean, Helsinki Vantaa Lentoasema is not too far from the coast. But we are 200 feet above, don't you worry. The red line is the ground altitude, something that the A320 aircraft does show on its system. Alright, so one of these stands on the right. We'll go to that one, 26. 7870 first fluid, thought it was the Queen, hands down. I mean, the biggest aircraft I've ever flown is the A320, so that says a lot about how far I've flown in the real world. Smallest aircraft I've flown in the real world, apart from my own general aviation microlights flying in real life. Well, actually, I'd say glider's a bit smaller than that as well. I did the Grob 103. But smallest commercial aircraft I've flown is the ATR 42, closely followed by the I think the E190 is a bit smaller than the Boeing 717, but again, all of them very small aircrafts. Right, parking brake sets, and sets the bleeds and engines off. Again, I would do an introductory speech, but my microphone for some reason is now no longer working on packs, so we have to live without it. Seatbelt sign is off, and passengers can start, I guess, moving around the cabin. Perfect stop. Oh yeah, wasn't too bad. Also sure my lighting's now correct, so tax lights off, beacons off, strobes off. Used to be 20 family on a weekly basis. In real life or within sim? Now we'll do a shutdown setup as well. We'll also end the flight on packs. So if we go to menu, end flights, let's have a look. Unexpected arrival delay, which is fine, I guess. We did have a 10-minute delay, I guess. 213 feet per minute touchdown, which is decent. Quite thirsty, 10 frames about the airline, which is fine. Yeah, overall, no real complaints. Passengers got here, didn't cost them too much. They're all happy. Which Airbus models are available in XP11? So to memory, you've got the A319 and 21 by ToLiss. You've got the 320 by Flight Factor. You've got the 330 by Jar Design. 350 by Flight Factor. Those ones that come to mind. I believe there is an A300 and A310 as well, but I can't quite remember who develops those. So we'll shut down the aircraft. We'll then do the replay as well, so we won't do without replay, don't you worry. And then we'll bring the stream to an end. So let's open up the ToLiss. Go to add-ons loading. It's going to be ground, isn't it? Yes. External power, hook up the external power units, get rid of the APU, and what's on fuel pumps. That's pretty much it for an A320. Conduct. We're done. Turn that off, aircraft will shut down, and whatever power will eventually cut as well. Unlock doors, and then we can escape. Right, disconnect from IVAO. And let's have a look at the replay, shall we? So let's bring it up to not that far into descent. It's probably a bit too close. That'll do. We'll do this side as well, since that's where we can spot the terminal and all that. Will I fly to Poland? At some point I will. I mean, I'm half Polish myself, so I definitely fly to Poland on a somewhat regular basis. Next time I'll do it, I'm not too sure when. Take care, Jacob. Take care. See you on Discord. So aircraft comes in, nice and smooth, and touchdown. And you just need to remember how bumpy the runway turned out to be in the end. It's crazy. I'm not sure why it's so ferocious. Now we'll do one more landing and replay, and that's time from the tunnel view. So go a little bit closer. Once again, looking good, nice and simple. It's a very steady approach. The winds were not too bad at all, actually. I think 7 knots was a bit exaggerated. But coming in. Still a bit light in the background behind us. And down. Not bad at all. And there we have it. Welcome to Helsinki. That's fine. So, yeah, that is that. Finnair back in Helsinki. I'm not sure when I'll do this flight, or next time I fly this aircraft. Probably, maybe during course Christmas. But we'll have a look. No worries, Peter. Take care. Talk to you later. Yeah, that was London Heathrow to Helsinki Vantaa. It was only 3 hours now on the clock, on the dot, so it was a bit shorter than I was expecting. Stream tomorrow? No, there will not be any stream tomorrow. Next time I'm streaming will be on Wednesday, and that will be doing Train Simulator. Monday and Tuesday I don't tend to stream since no people will really watch during the weeks, but Wednesdays I accept because that's kind of an extra midweek bonus. Yeah, like I say, we'll bring it to an end now, so thank you guys very much for watching. Do have a good week ahead of you. Do take care. Do keep safe. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again in the very near future. Take care. Bye bye. And good night.